Christmas and happy holidays. This is Before the Bats Christmas special. This is episode 2, and this is Phil. If you didn't get in our first episode or you forget, Tyler and I decided to do a 9-part special for Christmas. And each one, either him or I, with us for most of them, with the special guest, will be reviewing different Christmas episodes or Christmas comics mostly, some animated series episodes, all having to take place with or around Christmas. And it'll all culminate in the 9th episode where Tyler and I will get together and review this year's Batman annual that was all about Christmas and go over our Christmas wish list. Alright, well, like I said, this is probably going to be the only episode that we do solo. I'm by myself, and I am here to review Robin 2, The Joker's Wild. It's a miniseries starring Tim Drake. It's from 1991, and it takes place around Christmas, so that's how it fits our criteria. It opens up with, at Arkham Asylum, supposedly the Joker's getting a visit from his mother, but it ends up being one of his cronies who, after a gas attack, gets the Joker free, and this whole thing is about Tim Drake's first encounter with the Joker solo because Batman is out of town. For that story, where Batman's at, it's Batman, I believe, issues 472 and 473. And there are some Detective Comics issues, but I know it's Batman 472, 473. But anyway, this is, like I said, this is Tim Drake's first encounter with the Joker. He's maybe a year or so into the costume, and as we all know, Joker was the one who killed Jason Todd, and at this point only 3 years previous to this. So the Joker gets back to his hideout, finds out his men are now working for Mr. Freeze, until the Joker gives him the hand buzzer, and so I guess has his men throw him in the river, where his next appearance is in Detective Comics 670, when Jean Paul Valley is Azrael is filling in for Bruce Wayne Batman. We get a bunch of Tim at school with his friends and feeling the pressure of trying to fit in as a normal kid, and spending his nights as Robin. And since he's not 16 yet in this story, he has Alfred driving him around in the van most of the time. He discovers the Joker was reading all he could about a certain computer programmer. Was good Pellinger, and Robin stakes out his house, and of course the Joker shows up, but Tim is unsuccessful in keeping the Joker from kidnapping Dr. Pellinger. And the end of the issue is the Joker telling his men, Dr. Pellinger is going to help him turn Gotham into a circus. And, the very last page is Tim telling Alfred, Alfred's like, look on the bright side, we'll stop the Joker. And Tim says, what if he realizes Batman is in town? He says, Batman is the only thing that ever keeps the Joker in line. And Alfred's like, I hadn't thought of that. And they're like, we need to come up with a plan. Which takes us to issue 2. Tim as Robin he sees 2 teenagers trying to break into the back of some store, and they're not afraid of him. They're about to go, and then they see Batman on the rooftop, and they're like, it's him. And they run away, not realizing that this is part of Tim's plan, the Batman hologram. He's hoping that this will convince the Joker that Batman is still in town. Meanwhile, we see the Joker as Dr. Pellinger so doped up that he's going to obey any command the Joker gives him. Tim in school, falling asleep because he's not getting enough sleep at night. Then a young actress is auditioning for the Joker, who she didn't know is for the Joker. Then we see Alfred and Tim in the Batcave preparing because they want to find a big crowd and show off the Batman hologram. Then they hear on the police radio there's a suicide attempt. Looks suspiciously like the actress the Joker was auditioning. So she's keeping Tim and everyone preoccupied while the Joker and his men
go into the phone company. Dr. Pellinger is giving them something to mess up the system. The actress falls. Tim catches her with his line. And then the Joker sees the Batman hologram and says, "What? Well, I thought he was out of town," but he pulls out an Uzi and starts shooting it. And that's when he realizes it's a hologram. And Tim says he has no choice. He has to take down the Joker. So he comes down, hits the Joker. The Joker attacks, but the cops help drive him away, basically saving Tim's life. And at the end of the issue, the Joker's like, "Wait a minute." He's putting two and two together. That is Robin home alone. See, this was around the time of a movie called Home Alone. Alright, issue 3. Well, thanks to Dr. Pellinger, the Joker has plunged the city into chaos. The police have had $100 deducted from all their paychecks. 1,000 city firemen have been laid off. A 500% property tax surcharge was leveled on all city businesses. There's so many blackouts. People are burning anything to try to stay warm because it's, like I said, it's around Christmas. So a lot of buildings are catching on fire. Just havoc and mayhem. The mayor orders Gordon to, take care of this. But so then Gordon's meeting with Tim as Robin, and he's like, "Where's Batman? Where's Batman?" And Tim's like, "Well, I'm all you have, so deal with it." And then the Joker makes his publicized demands during a football game. He says he wants $1 billion. He says it. And he wants the money delivered by Batman. And of course the mayor's like, "We don't have $1 billion. And everyone's like, he knows Batman's not in town, so everyone's waiting to see if the city's going to call the Joker's bluff. Meanwhile, thanks to a suggestion from his friends, Tim figures he may be able to find the Joker by hacking his computer system, but meanwhile the Joker almost hacks into the Batcave computer until Tim shuts it down. The city just keeps getting worse and worse. Tim goes back to the scene of the crime from issue 1, and he's going to check Osgood Pellinger's house to see if there's any clues he can find about what he's hoping the Joker to do or how to fix it. Joker sends his ransom demands to the mayor in a crazy jack-in-the-box. It says he wants $1 billion loaded into a tractor trailer. He wants the truck's radio tuned to a certain frequency. And if his orders aren't followed to the letter, his next prank will kill hundreds. And he also wants Batman to deliver the money in the truck. And Commissioner Gordon says, "We don't have any of that." And Tim says, "I will handle the Joker. You don't think Batman just picked my name out of the hat, did you?" Which brings us to the conclusion, issue number 4. It opens up with Tim talking to his father, who's still in a coma, about how scared he is. And he's like, "I wish I could talk to you like this while you were awake." Then Tim and Alfred in the cave getting ready. And Tim tells Alfred he needs a Batman costume. And then a big blizzard is about to hit Gotham, which is going to make things even worse. So the cops delivered a tractor trailer onto a street and just leave it per their orders because they think Batman's coming, but it's Tim. He rigs the truck with a remote control. He's going to drive it remote controlling. He has a Batman dummy set up in there. The cops are ready because Tim has Alfred running a computer program on a bunch of public phones. Yes, kids, back in the day before cell phones were so big, there were public phones on a lot of street corners. You had to put money in it, change, like quarters and stuff to work it. But anyway, enough ancient history. Once Alfred picks up Osgood Pellinger, he's supposed to call Gordon and let the police know. Meanwhile, Tim is remote control driving the truck to the bridge the Joker wants it on. The Joker sees it, but decides to blow up the bridge anyway, which his men thinks is crazy until they see burning pieces of newspaper come dropping down, and the Joker says, "See, I told you they didn't have $1 billion." And then he sees the Batman dummy, and he says, "I have to see." He's like, "Oh well, at least I get to see Batman shuffle off to his final reward." And then he's like, no. And he realizes it's a trick, and Tim's like, it's now or never. I have to do it now before I get too afraid and I have the element of surprise. He knocks the Joker down. He starts taking out the Joker's men. But the Joker starts taking off on his ice skates. He's headed for what looks like a sewage treatment plant. Tim's following, and he gets all scared. The Joker gets the drop on him. He says, Batman's going to have to get choosier with his sidekicks. Your lifespans keep getting shorter and shorter. And Tim's like, now, lose the pain, do it. And he kicks him into the sewage, and then the cops show up. He has to let Dr. Pellinger, and the tactical squad is almost there, they tell him. And they shoot up all the computers and machinery before the Joker's doomsday program can go into effect, so Gotham is saved. So the issue ends with Alfred and Tim in Wayne Manor, warming up with hot, I don't know if it's, yes, tea, and talking about, everything's fine, they saved the day, and Alfred says, Master Bruce will be most pleased when he hears of this. So, of course, after everything's done, Batman's back. He says, hear about what? And the issue ends with Joker locked up in Arkham, the Riddler, and Two-Face, and everyone are laughing at him, and he says, he's mine, the little bird is mine, do you hear me? None of you touch him, he's the Joker's property from now on, and next time, he stays dead. Sorry, everyone, such a cheery Christmas tale, but, we were looking for Christmas tales, and that's one of my personal favorites, just because Tim Drake was 13 or 14 at that point, and back in 91 when that came out, I was 13, so yeah, when it originally came out, the story impacted me so much because Tim Drake and I were the same age, so that tells you how much comic book characters don't age. I'm 38 now, so Tim Drake would be 38 now, and Bruce Wayne would be in the nursing home. But anyway, share your thoughts with us. If you want to read along or watch any episodes, like I said, this is episode 2. You should have already heard our first episode where Lilith Hellfire and I reviewed Identity Crisis from Batman 455 through 457. This is Robin 2, The Joker's Wild. Episode 3 will be Christmas with the Joker from the Batman the Animated Series. That'll be Tyler and I believe his wife Jania. Episode 4 will be Holiday Nights, another animated series episode. Lilith Hellfire and I will review that. Episode 5 will be Nightwing 64. It's a Christmas tale. Once again, me and Lilith will tackle that. Episode 6 will be Detective Comics 826, which is another Tim Drake and Joker story. Tyler will be handling that one. Episode 7 will be the Brave and the Bold episode. I think it's Invasion of Santas. Tyler has that. Episode 8, Batman Noel. That'll also be Tyler. And then like I said, we will wrap up with episode 9, which will be Batman Annual 1 from just a few weeks ago. Tyler and I will do that together and then go to our wish list. So if you want to read along, so if you're caught up by the time you hear these, or even if you just want to send us your thoughts, even after you hear the episodes, please, we always love interacting with our fans. So email us beforethebat@gmail.com. Our Facebook is Before the Bat, the Gotham Podcast. Our Twitter is @BeforeTheBatPod. And our Instagram is Before the Bat. And also on Facebook, I've just created a Before the Bat group. So if you want to interact with us, or even share news with us and say, hey, have you heard about this? What do you think about this? So like I said, interact with us. Let's get some conversations going, or if there's any reviews you want us to do the rest of the year, especially when the TV show isn't on, let us know. Like I said, after Christmas, I think we're going to get into some Batman 66, me, Tyler, and Kelly. But, like I said, we love hearing from you, so let us know how we're doing. And I guess that's it for me. So like I said, tune in next time for episode 3, Christmas with the Joker with Tyler and Jania. But until then, I will see you in episode 4, me and Lilith. So until then, same bat time, same bat channel.